Ready to make some beauty portraits with an 85mm F1.2 lens? Let's get to it. What's up everyone, I'm Sal Cincotta. Today we're here in my studio. I've got the always beautiful Violet behind me, and she's gonna make all my pictures look very, very pretty. She has already promised. We're gonna do some beauty portraits, but with a little bit of a twist. 85mm is an absolute beast when it comes to beauty portraits. I love it. I love the compression, right? It's kind of in between that 70-200 range, right? We don't want to go wide for beauty portraits, but you could, if you're doing fashion, you could use a wide lens, right? That's something you can do. But if we're just kind of getting into that bust area for a portrait, 85mm is a nice lens, 100mm is a nice lens. But why I love the 85mm is because of the shallow depth of field. So first of all, it's a prime, right? So less moving parts, images are typically sharper. You can already see the glass is larger. So it's a little bit more expensive of a lens, of course, for all those reasons. But the reason I like shooting so shallow, and I know I'm gonna get hate in the comments, I'm already used to it because of the way I photograph, but I love it for headshots, I love it for senior portraits, I love it for fashion work, because of what it does to the surrounding part of the image. Most beauty photographers, portrait photographers, they want to shoot typically at about 5.6, maybe to 8.0, but in that let's say 4.0 to 8.0 range. They like being there because more things are actually in focus. And they're not wrong, and that's fair, but I really do feel like when I photograph at 1.2, it just gives the skin a very pleasing look. Now, of course, if you're doing portrait work, we're doing portrait fashion here. If you're photographing high school seniors, you're photographing a bride, you're photographing a headshot. Most people will have professional makeup done, right? Something's gonna be done. Photographing it at 1.2 just kind of accentuates everything, right? Because it's gonna make that makeup look that much softer. All I really care about is are the eyes tack sharp, right? That's, of course, right? Windows to the soul. We want those to be sharp. If that's sharp, I'm okay with softness in the cheeks. I'm okay with softness in the jawline. I'm okay with softness on the brow line because ultimately it's gonna give that skin that milky look. Some of these images, I'll show you with an edit and without an edit, and I'll show you at f1.2 and f5.6. Ultimately, you be the judge. Let's get to it. All right, so I'm gonna keep everything at about the same distance from her, chin this way, just a inch. So here I'm shooting at 5.6, and you're gonna see as you're looking at this frame, everything about what she's doing. The feathers are in focus, her eyes are in focus, all the hair is in focus, and that's fine. It's a beautiful portrait, it's gonna give us a good look. But if I wanna really jump to the eyes, meaning blur everything else out and really just get my subject eyes to pop on this, I'm gonna open this up to 1.2. So now we're at 1.2 here, and I'm gonna take the same kind of, I'm not moving, so we're gonna get these same images. Here we go. Love that Violet. Chin down, square your face up to me. Now I do want to pause you here for a second. Actually, this is important. I don't know if you're paying attention to how I'm directing her. I told her to square her face up to me. This is where you'll get in trouble at 1.2, right? So I want you to at least understand the strengths and weaknesses of what you're doing. At 1.2, with her face square to me, both eyes are going to be in focus, right? So I'll zoom in on a picture so you can see this. Here's where you get yourself into trouble. So now what I'm going to do is, Violet, have your chest this way, but you're going to be looking this way. Yeah, harder with your chin. Right there is where I want you. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put the focus point on this eye, the camera left eye, so her right eye, and you're gonna see the difference in focus from one eye to the next. So you just have to be aware of this when you're working. Chin more hard left. 1.2. Love that, Violet. So as I zoom in here, you're gonna notice there's an ever subtle difference in the two eyes. Just have to be aware of that in what you're dealing with. And of course, it's gonna exacerbate itself more depending on if somebody has deep set eyes, right? So then that focus point is moving further and further away from camera, or how far away you have them looking from one side to another. I will also tell you, the further back you go, right, this becomes less of an issue because as you're moving further and further away, that depth of field just kind of shrinks a little bit, if that makes any sense, right? It's not, as you're in there close, the tip of her nose to her, you know, the back of her eye socket, that gap is huge when you're in close. But when you get further away, they're all in that same kind of focal plane, so you'll have more even sharpness. Again, you just have to know what you're getting into when you shoot this way. So this is my preferred way of shooting. Let me bring up the results one more time. So we'll bring up the 5.6. Okay, this is a good portrait to see where everything's in focus. And then we'll bring up the 1.2 again. And I like the softness that it introduces to the overall portrait. So let me know in the comments what you think. I'm a huge fan. I'm gonna keep working on this here and let Violet do her thing. You're free to watch and we'll post some more images. Let me know in the comments which one's your favorite. we're doing full body of her. You'll kind of see what I'm saying. I'm not gonna edit out the softbox or anything like that. It's beyond the scope of what we're trying to do. Yeah, pull that elbow out for me. Beautiful, Violet. Love that, love that. So just real quick, what I'm doing for lighting here, we've got a V-flat here, just pushing a little bit of light for fill. You don't really need it, but just to give us a little bit of fill. Up top, I've got a Nanlite FC300B, but this is killer in my opinion. It's a parabolic 150. So if you swing around here to the front, right, so we've got a silver liner, and this is just putting out really, really nice soft light. Big fan of these Nanlites. We use it in almost all our studio work right now. We've made that transition. We still use flash, but man, when I can get away with like, what you see is what you get, always easier. That's it for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. We'll see you in the next one.